My name is David Heitstuman. I use he, him pronouns. I'm the CEO of the Sacramento LGBT Community Center. And at the center, we work to create a region where all LGBTQ people thrive. We do that by supporting the health and wellness of the most marginalized, advocating for equity and justice, and uplifting a diverse and culturally rich LGBTQ community. I've been with the center for 13 years in total. I was a volunteer and board member, and then was asked to become the CEO in 2016, which is about 8 years ago. Created new housing programs for youth experiencing homelessness, new gender and sexual health services, mental health counseling for individuals and families. We have an Elevate Youth Advocacy program. We do a lot of public policy work in the community, both locally and at the statewide level. We have an economic justice program that helps LGBTQ folks be matched with affirming employers and helps create safer, more affirming workplaces for folks in the healthcare environments and in schools, and any kind of employer really that folks encounter in the world, social service providers, government agencies, and stuff. And we've really expanded Sacramento Pride to become the largest and most diverse and inclusive LGBTQ festival and event, community engagement event on Capitol Mall right here in the state's capital. The role that we reached out to DRiWaterstone for was for our Chief Development and External Affairs Officer. Fundraising and development is a difficult field to fill in positions, and the addition of external affairs for an agency like ours, where advocacy and community engagement is really built into the mission and the work that we do, and in our identities as LGBTQ people. So the role is both fundraising and external affairs. So it's fundraising, event management, volunteer and community engagement, communications and marketing, and all of the things that help support the organization's programs and services and ensure that we're able to deliver on our mission. It's very cross-departmental in terms of its reach within the agency. Ultimately, we wanted to work with a search firm because I had a couple attempts at filling this position with a highly qualified individual to lead a team and to build the development program, and was unsuccessful in the first hire for the role. And then had a really difficult time attracting top talent into the Sacramento region that both had the skills and experience to do the work, and also the understanding of LGBTQ cultural issues and working with LGBT populations, and really being able to lean into the mission, not just the functional kind of day-to-day work of the organization. And so that's why I looked for a search firm. I ultimately chose DRiWaterstone because of the experience I had in talking with BJ on a search that they were conducting for another agency, and them sharing their own personal identity and their personal experience in the development and fundraising space, and in working with LGBT organizations and understanding the issues that we face, which gave me the confidence to move forward with DRiWaterstone. The experience was good. It was they were very thorough, and it was explained well from beginning to end. I think that they were really attentive and intent on finding us a really high quality person for the role. And they really managed the process from start to finish. And BJ was always communicative and open and flexible in helping support the search. I would say that the thing I would suggest is just being really honest, open, and transparent with the search firm and your search principal, and just being really frank about what it is that you really want from this role, what it looks like day to day, what the team is like, and what it's like to work with you as the person who's going to be the supervisor, or maybe if it's a board of directors, like what it's like to work with the board of directors, and maybe things that have been really successful with folks that have been previously in the role or in other senior leadership roles, and where there have been challenges or things that that didn't go well, and you're hoping to find a better fit in the next person that's filling the role. What's next for the center is that we are going to continue to grow. We are currently looking for a chief operating officer. We added a new accounting position. We are hiring an additional like social marketing and outreach person. The agency continues to grow, so we're trying to build the infrastructure to support that. I said we're expanding into these 3 different counties. We have big visions for the expansion of Pride and related programming. And there's certainly the reality that we are facing a lot of attacks on LGBT populations through public policy across the country and even here locally. And so we intend to invest in our advocacy work and continue that fight as it's existential to our very existence and ability to thrive.